Welcome back to The Road Show. This morning in The Buzz, Esquire magazine has come out with their list of the best and worst dressed candidates on the campaign trail. And here's what was really neat. Coming out as one of the best is gubernatorial candidate Frank Caprio.
Nationwide, right?
Nationwide.
He quickly told Esquire to shove it.
Of course, there was a nod to the recent shove it comment with the copy reading, quote, "You know anyone who can shove it? Anyone who says the man who shot back at President Obama's snub this week doesn't deserve a style endorsement." Also making the best dress list, Marco Rubio, a Republican running for the Senate in Florida, and California gubernatorial candidate Jerry Brown. Now, no one else from Little Rhodey made the list, but I have to say, you know, I've seen Frank Caprio suits, and they are rather sharp.
Yep.
And
he does look good. He does.
Yeah.
He cleans up very nice.
And, you know, we've met a lot of, in our Coffee with the Candidates segment, we've met a lot of different people, some with very well-tailored suits, and we're not going to name any names here, but people who come in with their own hair and makeup people.
Sure, yeah.
And who are getting done, you know,
before they go on the air with us,
in the green room. And some people who look like, listen, I'm here to just do the job, and I don't really care about, you know, or whatever. But the question is, do you guys think that it matters? Does it hurt? Does it help to be a well-dressed candidate running for office?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think you. I think if you look the part, you know, if you present yourself well. I go back to the Nixon debate with the no makeup on, you know,
yes.
the sweat
Playing the
pouring
game.
off his face.
It's part of the game.
You
It's
know,
part
that
of the
might
game.
have, you know, that could lose you an election. I mean, it is part of the deal. If you're going to be a public figure,
Yeah.
is you've got to wear clothes that look fairly
You know,
decent.
my best friend, Stacey London, who doesn't actually know she's my best friend, but one day she will, she always says that...
Who's Stacey London?
Stacey London from TLC's Not What Not to Wear, and also Clinton Kelly.
Do you know that?
No, I had no idea what it was.
Guys, she always says, dress not for the job you have, but the job that you want. You know? So if you want to be...
My buddy used to
What
do
are you
that.
thinking about?
Yeah.
He was wearing an astronaut suit to work
to deliver
for
pizzas.
7 days at Burger King.
It's true. It's so
But
true.
it's true,
Yeah,
you know, I'm
people
always
turn the
baffled
TV on, yeah.
when, especially, you know, when people don't, you know, make not a big investment, because I think that there's a certain level of aesthetic that if you cross that line, you can be pounded for. I mean, if you're wearing Louis Vuitton bags and,
Yeah.
you know, certain...
You go too far.
You
Like,
go-
remember Obama's wife, Michelle, got
Yeah, or
criticized.
Sarah
for-
Palin as well.
Yeah, both their wardrobes were in, you know, $1 zillion.
Yeah.
But you think about it yesterday. Bob Healy was here yesterday.
Yeah.
Here's a guy who's running for
I wanted to touch on that,
lieutenant
yeah.
governor, and you know, Bob Healy is who he is. He's his own
And he
man.
said-
He's looked the same for as long as I can remember living in this state.
Yeah.
I've seen Bob Healy walking down Main Street in Warren or Bristol,
Yeah.
the beard down to his, you know, his chest and his long hair, but. If you spend 5 minutes with the guy off camera and you just hear what he has to say,
He's intelligent, he's funny,
and
he is
he's
so-
not like the.
Yeah.
He's not
And
like
that's
a
a
guy that looks
drawback.
like he's been living in the mountains
See,
for
but
3
here's
months.
the thing: is it a drawback or is it a plus? Because on the one hand, you know, you look at Bob Healy, and then you might think one thing, and then you talk to him, and you hear another thing. But on the other hand, you might look at him and go, "Here's a guy who doesn't give a rat's tushy what you think about him. He's not going to spend any money of his own or yours, and he's running for in that office
Bob's
to
perfect
eliminate it
example
because he
of, like,
thinks it's a waste of money."
don't judge a book by its cover.
Right.
Because when he
Yes.
comes in, if you just judge him right off the bat, you know, who knows what to
You're
think.
gonna judge him.
I
You're gonna-
loved him, man.
yeah.
I thought, like, he made
Yeah.
great points. And he's
So funny.
He's so articulate. And he's,
He
you
told
know,
me his favorite candle smell was pumpkin spice.
No, he's a
But
normal
he is.
dude. Yeah,
He's so articulate and so well spoken.
He's made a lot of money in business. He's
Yeah.
you know, he's
Smart guy.
But people
It's
were
the
talking to me
cover. I'll
afterwards,
cover the book.
saying,
What's
you
that
know,
guy's story?
they couldn't get past the beard and stuff like that. So, in politics, maybe it's hurt him. Who knows? Which is, you know, why we're talking about something like this. Then you have somebody that maybe cleans up and puts a brand new suit on, but doesn't have half the intelligent ideas that somebody like that does.
Well, I'm going to throw it over to Melissa Sardelli because Mel, I can actually see it on both sides.
How do I look today?
You look
I
sharp.
wish I didn't wear this on a fashion.
I know,
night.
seriously. Dress up
My
next time
ode
you go
to
on
Charlie
TV.
Sheen, and then we start talking about fashion. What are you thinking?
I'd also like to know, Mel, what people think of Ben's shirt this morning.
Well, we'll have to ask them. I haven't heard any comments yet. But, you know, I definitely do agree that I feel like you have to at least be clean and professional if you're campaigning. I don't think looks so much matter whether you're good looking, whether you're not, but just keep it clean, keep it professional. And I think a lot of our bloggers agree. So let's head on over to the blog right now and see what some of our friends have to say this morning. Joseph Butera says, I don't think looks matter when it comes to the campaign trail. There are a lot more issues than appearance of the Rhode Island candidates. And Dick says, I would say looks are indirectly important. Have you ever seen a one-eyed senator? I don't think I have, actually. And Anthony says, they should look their best when campaigning. Don't have to be good-looking. Looks will not help with unkept promises, which I think is the most important. And in case you're just joining us this morning, I've posted today's Buzz poll on foxprovidence.com. Today we're asking, do you think looks matter when it comes to the campaign trail? Your choices are yes, appearance is extremely important, yes, looks are somewhat important, or no, it should only be about the issues. And our friends on Facebook are weighing in this morning. Linda Hawkins says, I was watching a commercial of Frank's this morning, and he had on what looked like a fleece jacket, and I thought, he looks great in even that. And Neri says, looks shouldn't matter as long as the politicians are clean and look professional. It's politics, not a fashion show. And Judy says, well, as the old saying goes, first impressions are everything. And they are, and everyone wants to make a good impression, so keep it clean and, put your best foot forward. But don't go anywhere, because I'll be